Looking live at Jordan-Hare Stadium in Auburn, Alabama. The Tigers host Steve Spurrier and South Carolina. Auburn knows that a victory tonight keeps them in the discussion for the first ever college football playoff. The Tigers were off last Saturday following their loss a week earlier to Mississippi State. They can't wait to get back on the field here at Auburn. Underway in Auburn. And a wonderful kick. The do-everything kicker Daniel Carlson. Second down for Thompson. Drops it off on a screen. Davis breaks a tackle and going to run for the first down. 45, and he's out of bounds near midfield. Holsey finally catching up with it. To that defense for Ellis Johnson. We were alerted they're trying to get a pass rush. Nothing doing. Thompson had time. Throws. Cooper got the first down. Ellis Johnson, who was a defensive coordinator under Steve Spurrier.
In the red zone, he's been their biggest playmaker on the perimeter.
Auburn rushes forward. Davis pounds right straight ahead against that defense. Impressive opening drive, Jesse.
It has, and Brent, to go back on what you touched.
Because of Steve Spurrier at Florida. Second down and 4 now. Fires deep, caught beautifully by Rowland. Shaq Rowland with a touchdown. What a grab, and that time, Jesse, Dylan Thompson on target for 32 yards. We'll take a look at it.
On the road in a hostile environment.
3-touchdown underdog. Strikes first, 7-0. Never count the head ball coach out.
Carolina, as we know, has really struggled this year to stop that run.
Second down and 8, and now they come back with Artis Payne pounding. He got the message. When the freshman showed up on that first series.
This year, that's a bad recipe when playing Auburn.
Second down and 9. Marshall back deep. Can't find an open receiver under pressure. Throws. And great grab by Williams. Oh, the young man. Second down and 6. Keeping it's Marshall. Good ball handler. And now Auburn, after the turnover. Payne sends Bray in motion. Payne running all the way, and he's got a first and goal.
Auburn did their film study because Kentucky had a...
Artis Payne is right behind him as Ricardo Lewis goes in motion. Marshall throws, and he's got the big fella, Jesse. Just as you said, Brandon Fultz slips into that end zone, and he hit the big fella.
Yeah, and Brandon Fultz, a fullback that oftentimes has been blocking. He had
Carlson ties the game. So Brandon Fultz's first.
That's according to Ellis Johnson from their most recent lineup.
Demir Bird, the wide receivers, down to the left. They run Wilds back. He trying to. Is that a horse collar? There's no yellow flag.
Well, he's inside the tackle box, behind the line of 4th and 2. Tie came deep in their own end. You talk about Spurrier being aggressive. Here you go.
Gotta have it. Option look, got it. Mike Davis checked in and brought it all the way out to the 50-yard line. You would expect Connor
in his season. It's a different mentality and mindset, and it's paying off tonight in a huge game.
Second down and 10. Got that slant. That time, of course, with Demir Bird, number 1 for the first down. Mincy. Bird comes on that jet sweep. Double reverse, going to throw back. Thompson's got it for a first down and out of bounds. They threw back to Thompson off the
threes to beat the Tigers at Jordan-Hare.
Stacking the 3 to the top of your screen. Second down and 6. Looking in that direction. Going to go for the end zone. Farrell Cooper. Touchdown.
Thompson.
Elliott Fry. Sit down. Spurrier along with Artis Payne, who's in motion. Now he tightens up. Artis Payne keeps it around the right. Spots daylight. Got a first down and a foot race down that far side. Out of bounds near midfield. Gurley, the defender.
You know, there's this myth.
And here to the left. Marshall checks #1 on that side, but they're going to throw inside to Lewis. And that time they were using Williams as the blocker for him that time. And Lamons makes the
perimeter, and you've got to make tackles like that all game long.
Here's Rob Thomas, the freshman. He's got a little giddy up, folks, to the 29-yard line. Lewis with the stop for the... Use motion this time, and they hand it off, and that's Ricardo Lewis, who's to the 11-yard line. This will be second. Artis Payne, and he flips it back out to the outside to Bray. Bray slips a tackle, battling his way toward the end zone, and just shy of it.
Bray is very difficult to...
Artis Payne cuts back, touchdown Auburn. Extra point away from a tie. I think you were watching about as much emotion as we've seen from Gus Malzahn on the sideline in some time. This is a guy who... Carlson now ties it up. They're on 3rd and 12. Send everybody out. Offensive line holds, deflected, incomplete. Robinson Therese was there defensively.
That's one of the few times.
Now for the Tigers. Puck drives him back to the 12-yard line. Breaks a couple of tackles, spins free, 30-yard line, 35, fumble, and I believe Carolina's got it. I'm not sure Chris Moody didn't fall on that football down there. Let's let him unpile.
Wow, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Wow.
He comes out.
Coming around this. It's like big number 92.
Formation switches over to the left with those tight ends. 2 receivers wide to the right. Thompson's looking left, going to throw to Davis underneath. Beautiful hit, dive for the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina. What a great effort by Davis on that. The ball was perfectly thrown out in front of him. Davis. Steve Spurrier came in here, a 7. Former backup quarterback who's been converted to wide receiver. He's off to the quarterback's right, number 12. They're going to throw it to him. Remember, he's a quarterback. He can throw it. He's going to throw it back to Marshall. Marshall with daylight. And he's out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. Gerald on field goals and extra points. He was a fine high school athlete. Marshall middle. Got a man. Sammy Coates slips a tackle, and now look at that. Takes about a half dozen of those white jerseys from South Carolina to bring him down.
And Sammy Coates is back. This is a guy you mentioned earlier. They're looking much better tonight than we've seen them in a long time.
2nd and 7. That's the freshman Thomas. Takes fake. Marshall over the 20, 15, 10. Marshall inside the 5. End zone touchdown, Auburn. Another beautiful play fake involving the freshman. Marshall pulled it back out and took it 37 yards for the touchdown.
Nick Marshall's speed is what makes this Auburn spread attack so unique. Remember, he played cornerback as well, just so much more confidence, therefore so much more dangerous.
Carlson ties it at 21.
% healthy. They've got to have a lights out second half.
Now Duke Williams in a wide receiver package. Check in for Marshall and Auburn. But they stick with Mark Bray, and he got the outside before Artis Payne. Williams stays right in the slot to the right. Marshall is back, has time, feather touch. Wide open Fultz. Fultz was 5 yards away from any defensive
line is played.
Folsom, that H-back look. Sits tight on the left. Artis Payne picks his way for the first down. It'll be first down and goal for Auburn on the opening drive of the second half. Right, over on the right side. And Marshall keeps it off the fake and basically walks into the end zone. Using Corey Grant, who had replaced number 44, Artis Payne. So the motion worked beautifully. Seven-point Tiger advantage. Third down and 8. Thompson moves the pocket to the left, fires for the first down, and he hit Nick Jones. Nick Jones out of Moore, South Carolina. Both called their own offensive plays. Stands tall. Cooper, the foot race for the end zone. We're an extra point away from another tie. What a terrific call against that defense. Spurrier read that second. You know, Jesse, you and I talked to. You told me. You know better than I do. He just has that feel down on the field. He sees something and he calls against it.
And Brad, right now, a chess match between two grandmasters on offense.
Fry ties it.
Heels defensively. Here comes Nick Marshall again now. You got to figure, you just got to keep scoring in this type of game.
And he hands off to Lewis on the end around, and Lewis breaks the daylight. Foot race. Touchdown, Auburn. 75 yards after the 51-yard touchdown by South Carolina. Ricardo Lewis. Daniel Carlson pulled that to the left, but it went through. And King is on the field as a rush man for Ellis Johnson. He's got 3 down. Now he rushes 4. They broke through. Throw very close. Close enough with Mincy making the tackle. Close enough here. You're going to wonder. Yeah. Here comes the rush. Closing in. Cooper. Turf. Good call, Jesse. Got the first down. Out of bounds at the 48-yard line.
It's a gutsy play call. You're absolutely right. But, Brent, your defense can't.
Good one. First down and 10 now. Thompson's in the gun. There's that option look. Pitches to Davis. Davis has got it. 40-yard line. 35. Out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Auburn just hasn't had this year, but they need him to play much better down the stretch this season.
Second down and 10. Auburn rushes 4. Thompson complete to Rowland. Rowland's at the 10-yard line and out of bounds. Shaq Rowland.
There's no defense for a perfect throw.
4 wide receivers, 3 to the left. Has time. End zone. Touchdown. Perfect strike to Nick Jones. What a duel between, as Jesse Palmer said, 2 of the best play callers in all of college football.
And once again, the gamble on 4th down by Steve Spurrier. 4th and 6 pays off. Fun to watch, so long as you're an offensive guy.
Heartburn for the defensive coordinators.
Held up the right calls time after time after time.
Onside kick by Ard. Loose ball. Free ball. South Carolina pounces on it.
I think that hit a South Carolina player before
it went 10 yards.
I do, and I'm very curious to look at this again. Watching that live, that looked like it hit the South Carolina body. Get ready for this noise.
Low snap. Thompson's got it. Time in the middle. Got it. First down on a 3rd and 10 to Nick Jones.
Again, just way too much. Carolina, your mindset has to be, we're converting this, and we need touchdowns to win.
Mike Davis will try to get the first down, and he is wrestled down, and that was Chris Frost, number 17, coming up from Matthews, North Carolina, junior. And Steve said, first down.
It's just fun to watch.
That's 3 times on 4th down.
I know. It's three times. Elijah Daniel, any of these guys up front, someone's got to score.
3rd and 8. End zone and diving interception. Picked off by Jonathan Jones. The second pick of the night for Auburn.
And it was the pressure that forced that turnover. At the time, Auburn needed it.
And 3. These two coaches have great respect for each other. And there's Bray on the outside. Got a first down midfield, 45. And he's out of bounds around the 40. And here come the Tigers.
And again,
by the Rams.
He's the second player pick.
Was he the second player picked? And Marshall pumps it off to the side. And Corey Grant cuts inside, still going. Down to the 8-yard line.
This is one of the things.
There's the freshman moving over to the left side. And it was Marshall keeping it. Auburn leads again. Extra point tacked on, back to 7.
They have.
Thompson with good hands was able to save the moment. 35 seconds and it's 2nd down and 16. South Carolina needs a hook and ladder or something. Out of bounds, stops the clock. That's Nick Jones working the sideline against Mincy.
From Dylan Thompson.
Another bad snap. Thompson picks it up, fires, and that's complete. Now, the clock will stop briefly. That was Adams, the tight end, who's replaced Anderson as the go-to tight field. The wide receiver as a defensive back for Ellis Johnson. He's in the middle of the field, standing back at the 7-yard line. Duke Williams on the field. 5 seconds left. Thompson steps up, fires it toward the end zone. Jump ball. And Auburn's Jonathan Jones comes down with it. Auburn moves on. They stay in the argument to make college football's first Final Four. Nothing came easy here tonight as South Carolina was throwing a possible tying touchdown pass into the end zone. And Jones able to bring it down.